Non-Spolier here. I'm here today to do a non-spoiler review of Magnus Chase and the Sword of Summer. It's part of the first book in the God of Asgard series. This is his new series focusing on Norse mythology, which I was so excited to read. Sorry it took me so long to read it. I didn't actually have it until Tuesday, so I've been waiting to get it. I ordered a signed copy from somewhere else in the United States, so I had to wait a little while longer. But, oh my god, it was so good. Let's just talk about this cover. This cover is gorgeous. I gave it 5 stars. I really loved it. I cannot wait for the next book in the series, and at the end I'll tell you what it's called. So if you don't want to know that, you can stop the video there. But yeah, I'm super excited. I really love this book. So basically this book follows a character named Magnus. And he is homeless and he's living on the street, and he kind of gets sucked up into this world of Norse mythology kind of unexpectedly. And if you've read Percy Jackson, this last name, Chase, will be very familiar to you, because there's a character in Percy Jackson that's named Chase. That's her last name. So these two characters are related, and you actually get to see Annabeth in this. And it's a little bit more than I thought you were going to get to see, and from the text, I have a feeling that you're going to get to see her a little bit more, which I was not expecting. So I'm really excited to see like where this series goes and what that relationship was. But I think the best tagline for this book is, sometimes the only way to start a new life is to die. And this book has a lot about Valkyries, which are people that like save souls from once someone dies and you like your soul gets saved, so you get to go to Valhalla, which is where most of this book takes place. So it's kind of like boarding school. That was kind of the feel I got. It was very like Harry Potter-ish to me, like the school aspect, not like the fighting aspect. But I don't know, I really liked all the characters that we met. We met a lot of characters in here, human and not human, but I really liked it. I thought it was a really cool way to tell a story, because in the Percy Jackson series, we had the Calf Half-Blood, which was like a place where kids congregate. And in the King Chronicles, we had the gnome where all the kids congregate. So this was kind of Valhalla, which is where all the kids congregate, and I thought that was really cool. And I really like that. I also was very pleasantly surprised about his parentage. I won't tell you who it is. But I was very pleasantly surprised about that. I was really convinced it was going to be Thor. And it you know, I think they said in promotional trailers it wasn't, but so I was pleasantly surprised to see who his parent actually became, and it's kind of a different take on the story. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. Also I kind of wanted Loki to have a very big part in it, and you do. You get to see a little bit of Loki, and you get to meet people connected to Loki. But I think the best part of this book was the little trio that formed, or the little 4 people that formed, Magnus and the people, because that was like the best part of the book. They all really bonded, and I really grew to love all these characters. And it's such a good book where it's witty and it's fun, and you also learn stuff about Norse mythology. So for that stuff, I thought it was a super fast read, very fast pace. But yeah, it was very compelling. I really like the character of Magnus. He's just as witty as Percy, but I think he had a very harder life than Percy, and he kind of reminds me a little bit of Leo from his background, a little bit like Leo from the Percy Jackson series, a little bit like him, not a lot, but similar path and stuff. So I was really intrigued to see how it would be different. He's totally different. But yeah, no, it was a really good book, and it concluded everything with like a nice bow, and then there was like that extra 4 pages, and you're like, oh my god. I loved meeting the character. You did get to meet Thor in this book, and I loved seeing him, and I love the way that Rick Riordan makes these characters so modernized. Like, he really takes the essence of their stories, but then gives them like a kick in the pants to be like, oh, well, this is, what they would do if they were in 2015. So I really love this book. If you are a fan of Rick Riordan's other series, I highly recommend you read this. And if you've been living under a rock and don't know. He's also coming back with another series which will be set back in the Percy Jackson world. You get to see all your favorite characters again, which is so exciting, and that will be out in May, which you know I will be doing reviews about that. But the next book in this series is called, it's going to be Magnus Chase, the God of and the Hammer of Thor. So that is going to be interesting, and once you read this book, you'll understand why that is the title. Very, very obviously. But yeah, so those are just some of my simple thoughts. If you guys want, like, spoiler thoughts on Magnus Chase, just comment below and I'll be happy to do it. But I hope, as always, like everything. But I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.